This is the December 2025 Arrive in Canada workshop on health insurance. So I will let Aloysia from Student VIP take it away.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that introduction, Sarah, Catherine, Unique. We have a nice, small, intimate group together, so don't be shy to ask any questions at any point during the session today. As Sarah mentioned, I am a representative from Student VIP. I work very closely both with the international office, the college itself, and your student association to bring forward some really great supports on campus, and I'm excited to kind of divulge into all of this information for you. That way, as you begin your studies, your academic journey at Durham, you feel supported and you are in the know of what exactly you have access to, especially when it comes to the aspect of your insurance. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen here. I believe everyone can see my screen at this point. It should come up with a nice presentation slide deck that mentions understanding your health insurance. I get the nod of approval from Sarah, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. And it looks like we've got another student who's joined. Ozioma, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So let's dive right into this presentation today. So if there is any but one takeaway that I'd like for you to take from this presentation is that as a student at Durham College and as an international student, you do have the coverage right from the get-go. We are going to look into the two different insurance plans that you have access to. And again, I'd like to kind of clarify how these two plans, while they might seem similar, how they would work in tandem to give you maximum coverage while you are here. But the good news is that you get this coverage just by being a student, a full-time student, international, registered at Durham College. Again, if you've missed the introduction, I am a representative from Student VIP. We work closely with the international office, your student association, and the college to bring forward these awesome supports for you as students. Unfortunately, Student VIP is not located on campus, but we do have our information for contact that will be shared in the presentation towards the end. You are able to contact us anytime during the week, but you do need the external support through email, phone call, through our live chat feature as well. We do tend to appear for presentations and orientations on campus, so do look out for any events that might be coming in the new year. But ultimately, we are that off-campus support, while the international office and the student association are your support while on campus if you need to speak to someone while you're there. All right, so the primary care of coverage. This is your Durham International Student Health Plan that you have. So all international students that come to Canada, they don't quite qualify for the provincial coverage that's provided by the government. And in place, as a student registered at a post-secondary institution, you get something similar. This is your OHIP replacement coverage. OHIP is the Ontario Health Insurance, by the way. So with this insurance, you do get the coverage for, I apologize, this is the fall coverage period, but with you students starting in the winter, it's for the remaining 8 months in this policy year. So that means coverage is effective from the 1st of January until the end of August 31st of the 2026 year. In terms of the coverage, you do have benefits such as anything medical, so doctor visits, if you happen to go to the emergency room, any hospitalization, lab testing, so if you have to do any blood work, any imaging, medical scans like x-rays, ultrasounds, MRIs, CT scans, and any emergency surgery. These are always big ticket items that can be very costly if you don't have insurance in Canada. And fortunately, you've got this amazing insurance plan that will cover a lot of these big ticket items so that you don't have to worry about the financial burden. This year, we did switch to a new insurance provider called Cowan Insurance Group, which I'll look into a little bit further with you shortly. But the good thing to note with this new insurance provider is that there is coverage for pre-existing conditions. So long as there is a medical necessity or it's medically needed to get any type of doctor visit, specialist consultation being done, there is that coverage in place through this plan. These are some of the highlights that kind of share a little bit more in-depth information about some of the specs in the international plan. As I mentioned, coverage from day one, there is coverage for any pre-existing conditions. There's no waiting period or stability period to ensure that there is eligibility when it comes to any of the medical expenses. If you are dealing with any pregnancy or maternity expenses, again, these are covered through the plan. And unfortunately, there's no conception limit when it comes to the idea of pregnancy. There is coverage for MRIs. MRIs tend to be very expensive. Unfortunately, it is covered at 100% up to the overall policy limit, which is set at $5 million for the entire policy. There is also coverage for eye exams. So an eye exam can be covered by the plan at $100. Diabetic and asthma supplies that you could purchase up to $500 being covered through the plan. And there's also additional benefits similar to what you would find in the health and dental plan, which we'll get to shortly, that covers you for paramedical visits. So if you were to see a licensed and registered acupuncturist, chiropractor, even a massage therapist, if it is due to an injury or illness that you are seeking this treatment, you do have coverage up to $1,000 per practitioner. In the event of any ambulance transportation, both ground and air, there is coverage available through the plan. There's also additional benefits like emergency dental pain relief. So in the event that, you're dealing with any severe tooth pain, or if you've fallen and you've chipped your tooth, for example, you do have this plan in backup to help support the cost of any emergency or accidental dental pain. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit here. This is your Durham or DCSA health and dental coverage, and this provides the supplementary benefits for things that may not be covered in the big ticket items part of that medical plan. So you do have additional coverage for prescription drugs. So in the event that you go to the doctor, they give you a prescription, now you need to get antibiotics at the pharmacy, you are able to use your Durham health and dental plan and get those medications covered through this plan. You do also have additional extended health benefits. So again, seeing paramedical providers. In the event that you need any medical equipment or supplies, there is coverage for that benefit as well. There's vision. So if you wanted to purchase eyeglasses, contact lenses, or if you needed additional eye testing, there is coverage through this part of the plan. There's also coverage for travel. So if you do find yourself in a situation needing to go back home to your home country, there is travel coverage provided to you, accident and life insurance, as well as routine dental. So while the medical plan provides you with accidental and emergency dental, this Durham health and dental plan provides you with the routine care. So regular checkups, x-rays for your teeth, if you need to go for a hygiene appointment, regular cleaning and fluoride treatment, that would fall under the routine dental benefit under the secondary plan here. As you can see, you have coverage for a comprehensive list of different things that you might need while studying as a student here. And the good thing is both of these plans are accessible to you for the full 8-month period of January 1st to August 31st as a student starting in the winter term at Durham College. Now we're just going to look into some of the specifics when it comes to eligibility for the plan. As I mentioned, there are two different insurance plans, that are available to you as Durham students. There is that supplementary coverage to the health and dental plan, and there is also the international medical plan, your primary care replacement coverage. These are two line items that you would find on your tuition statement. So if you do see these two fee amounts, it speaks to the two different plans that you have access to, providing you the coverage for that 8-month period of January to August. Now, when it comes to the two insurance plans, you do have the opportunity to add on any family. So if you are coming to Canada and you have children with you, or if you're here with your spouse, for example, they would qualify as eligible dependents to be added on to either plan. There are specific periods in the year when students can avail this opportunity. And with you students starting in the winter, you do have this opportunity during the month of January. So from January 1st to January 31st, you are able to head over to our website and access the opt-in page where you can fill in the details of your dependents, select if you would like to add them to both plans or just one or the other, and it would provide you with the additional fee amount that's required in order to add them onto the plan. I do advise students, especially international students, if they are unsure of which plan they can add them onto, or if it becomes a bit of a financial question of I can't afford to add them onto both, it is the primary care replacement plan, that international health plan, that we do recommend being the primary option, just because, again, the big ticket items, we want to make sure that those are covered, and there is additional supports with the emergency dental, the paramedical, the vision coverage. So there is a little bit of extra benefits added on to make sure that there is, a coverage for any gaps in the health needs of any of your dependents. Now, I don't know if this would apply necessarily to the new group of students that are starting in the winter, but it is an opportunity that I wanted to share in case for future terms this does apply. There is the opportunity for you to opt out of the plans. Now, when it comes to opting out, there are certain requirements that need to be fulfilled in order for your opt out to be successful. Now, when you are opting out, again, there are certain periods in the year when this can be done. With you being a student starting in the winter, you would have the opportunity during the month of January to remove yourself from either plan. Now, when we are looking at the health and dental plan, you do need to have proof of alternative health and dental coverage. This is something that is typically provided either by your employer, if you are currently working, if you have coverage through your spouse, for example, maybe they're already here in Canada and they have a group plan through their employer and you're a beneficiary on them, you would be able to kind of use that as your alternative coverage to remove yourself from the health and dental plan. If you are looking to remove yourself from the international health plan, the only way to fulfill that would be with proof of valid OHIP. So if you do have OHIP from the moment you come to Canada, whether it be because of your relationship with your family that has that, you are able to explore that option and you can connect with me further if you have questions about the OHIP opt-out. Once students are successfully opted out of the plan, there are further instructions that are provided that indicate how the reimbursement will be issued to them. It typically is an e-transfer that we send to your DC mail address that you can accept. It typically comes about a month and a half later after the opt-out period. But again, instructions are provided throughout the opt-out process, and we do send communication just to guide you on next steps if you have opted out from either of the plans. All right. So we talked a little bit about the highlights of the two plans that students have access to, who has access to them, how much they cost. We've talked about the opportunities of either adding family onto the plan or removing yourself from either plan. We're now going to take a deeper look into each of the plans and just some more interesting facts that I would like for you to take with you in understanding the two plans at play. So again, as an international student, you do have access to this primary care replacement. It's your Durham International Medical Plan. It is policy number 105668. You do have a separate plan card for this plan, and it's through a company called Cowan Insurance Group. So this is the name for the International Health Plan. In terms of accessing this plan, you will need what's called your Cowan insurance card. And just on the right-hand side of this screen, you will see that this is an image of what this card looks like. It is a digital card, so it's not a physical one that is provided. It's not a hard plastic card or anything, but you are able to access this online through the member portal that I'll talk about shortly. And you can also reach out to our team and we can help you with getting a copy of this plan card as well. You're welcome to print it, or if you just screenshot it and save it on your phone, that would be just as acceptable if you were to present it at the doctor's office, the hospital, and anywhere else that you might need to use the insurance. In terms of the steps, as it's mentioned here, step one, you're going to visit this website. It's called www.students.cowangroup.ca. This is to access that member portal. You will click sign up now and register for your account so you can actually access the member portal and your plan card. From here, you are able to download and save a copy of your Cowan insurance card, which looks just like it is on the right, but it'll have your information on it. And again, the final step, once you've got this card, this is your ticket to access all the amazing benefits that are provided when you are looking at the hospital, the doctor's office, the lab, and so on. The online member portal is the tool that we recommend all international students to access. It is your one-stop shop to managing your international health plan. It allows you to download and access your plan card at any time. You are able to submit claims. So if you paid for anything out of pocket, you would be able to submit these claims through the portal and receive reimbursement back. You have the ability to update your profile if you need to change your address, if you need to add direct deposit so you can get the money back faster by electronic fund transfer. All these great details that you can access through management of the member portal. So we typically send an email to students just giving them, again, the instructions on how to access the member portal. So you're welcome to look out for that sometime in mid-January. But the member portal is, again, something I highly recommend all of our international students to get acquainted with, as it makes management of your health insurance plan so much easier. On the portal, you do also have access to our provider search tool. There is also a separate link that you can access. So if you're not logged into the portal, but you just need to quickly find something online on the browser, there is this helpful link that you can find to access this provider search tool. And with Cowan Insurance Group being the insurance provider, it helps to know where you can go, where your insurance card will be accepted. And that's what you can use the tool for. Once you are found on this tool, you're able to enter in if it's a specific provider or provider type. You can put in the city and the postal code, and a result list of all the different providers that accept the insurance will come up. And that way you can confidently know you can make an appointment, visit the provider, and it will accept your Cowan insurance card. Now, while this medical plan is great and can cover all the different costs when it comes to doctor offices, specialist consultations, hospital visits, and so on, Durham international students do receive exclusive access to what's called our virtual health clinic. And this allows you to connect with a Canadian nurse practitioner 24/7 from wherever you are. And it's done virtually to allow you to connect with someone and have a consultation as if you would in a walk-in clinic. By having a consultation through the virtual health clinic, you are able to speak to a nurse practitioner within minutes that can help provide you with a diagnosis. If you require a prescription or if you need to convert a prescription from your home country to a Canadian prescription, they can assist you with that on the spot. They also have the ability to provide you with referrals. So if you need a referral to a specialist, if you need any lab requisitions, if you need an imaging request, I think about some of our students that might be in any medical programs that might need to do TB testing, that might need to do any sort of lab work as a prerequisite of their program. We do recommend them being able to take advantage of the exclusive access to the virtual health clinic that allows them to get this for free without having to wait in office, without having to make an appointment, because it's available and on the spot virtually. We've seen some great success with using the virtual health clinic. You can see a clinician at any time of day. The wait time is no more than 10 minutes, so it's very quick and easy, even in between classes, to connect with someone and get care in the event that the campus clinic or any community partners are unavailable, or it's a holiday, or it's a weekend. So really great resource that Durham students can access. Moving on, we're going to take a deeper look into the supplementary coverage. This is that extended health and dental plan. It does have its own policy number, so it's 0091963000. It is through a different insurance company, which is Medavie Blue Cross. And as you can imagine, you would also be receiving your own insurance card specific to this plan. So similar to what we've seen with the international card, but now we're doing it for the health and dental card. It will be a digital card that you can see just like you can on the screen on the right-hand side here. If you visit our website, studentvip.ca, and select on Durham or DCSA for the school, you will be able to log into an account or create one if it's your first time. You're going to click on that benefits card icon, and you'll be able to generate a plan card that you can easily download and save onto your Apple Wallet or Google Pay wallet. It makes it nice and convenient so you can have this with you at all times. If you prefer to print it, you can absolutely print out that PDF and fold it so you have a copy in your wallet. But again, the concept is the same. You will show this insurance card anytime that you're visiting the pharmacy, the dental office, if you're at the optometrist office, massage, so on and so forth. And it allows you to avoid having to pay up front by showing this proof of insurance card. Because it's a separate insurance plan, we do recommend as well downloading and accessing the Medavie Blue Cross member portal. It does allow you to manage anything and everything when it comes to the health and dental plan. So again, you can access your plan card through here. If you've paid for anything out of pocket, you can submit your claims there. You can also track how much of your benefits do you have left. So when it comes to eye exams or your massage therapy benefit, you are able to see directly in the portal how much money you've used and how much money you have left to use in the year. You can submit claims, you can track the history of it, set up direct deposit, manage your profile by updating your address, and so much more if you were to access the Medavie Blue Cross portal. So this is specific to that supplementary coverage for the health and dental plan. I mentioned this already for both the portals, but again, just a kind reminder, we do encourage the use of direct deposit. It makes it so much faster for students to get their money back after paying for something out of pocket if you have. And setting up direct deposit, you can do it online through the portal, or there is a specific form that I can support you with if you need it. That way we can get you enrolled with the direct deposit program and ensure that reimbursements come back quicker versus a check in the mail, which sometimes can take long. On our website, if you headed over to studentvip.ca and selected Durham, you will notice in the top right-hand corner of the screen, there is what's called our provider search tool. Now, this search tool is specific to all of our discount providers. So if you were to look up a specific type of provider, it'll show you ones that are registered on our network and also offer a discount. And I know for students, anytime that we can save 5, 10, 15, 20%, it's a big help in terms of being able to stretch your dollars. So we do encourage you to check this out. Makes it nice and convenient. And we're constantly on the lookout for working with new providers in the area to offer some discounts and savings to students. On our website, you'll also find that these are some of the different providers that currently offer a discount. The list continues to grow, but again, just some credible places that you can reach out to for support, get the care that you need, and also get a discount while at it. We're going to switch gears a little bit here. So outside of the international health insurance, outside of the health and dental insurance, outside of the virtual health clinic, Durham students are also supported through what's called the IML program. And Student VIP is happy to share this resource to students. It's a free mental health support program that we want students to take advantage of and be familiar with. That way they can always ensure that they're in the right mind space, that they're kept healthy and guided as they proceed as a student at Durham. The IMO program provides counseling on demand. It costs absolutely nothing to connect with a counselor. For international students, if English is not your first language, or if it's not the first language you'd like to speak to at all times, you do have the ability to connect with a counselor, as we do have counselors around the clock that speak over 240 different languages. Makes it that much more convenient to connect with someone and be able to kind of share what might be something that's bothering you. We do have different modalities in which students can access the free counseling supports through IMWell, whether it be by phone call. You can select and book for in-person appointments if you prefer a more traditional method. You can also connect with someone over email, live chat, video call, as if you're making a FaceTime. It's really cool that we're able to kind of do that now. And there's also the option of self-support through the actual portal for IMWell. Different reasons why students might want to reach out and seek support through IMWell are not limited to, mental health crisis, anxiety, stress. Being a student itself is really hard, so trying to find that work-life, school balance. If you're dealing with any family relationships or friend relationships, any grief, loss, anything more extreme like self-harm or suicidal ideation, you are able to speak to a counselor at any time. There's in the moment support, and we want to make sure that students are aware and are able to take advantage of this great resource. Outside of the counseling, there is also the option for a suite of different resources through the program that students can avail. So they are able to connect with a financial advisor and get certified financial advice from someone on different topics at no cost to them. They can also speak with a lawyer for legal services and supports. If there's a need for any ongoing bigger cases that require some more legal supports, there is the option of a referral program where we can find a lawyer for you in the community and offer a 30% discount, which is great savings when it comes to any legal fees. There's the option to connect with a professional life coach. So you can also connect with someone for support with goal setting, planning, general advice, and planning. And there's also, again, the interpreter services, which make things so much easier, especially as an international student, where sometimes language can become a barrier and sometimes can be a difficult thing to overcome when it comes to sensitive situations. You can take advantage of the interpreter services to make the conversation flow so much more easier for you. outside of the IMO program, Student VIP is constantly looking into how we can offer more and more supports to what students might be looking for. And if you visit our website, studentvip.ca, we have what's called our Direct to You Health Hub. In the Direct to You Health Hub, there are so many different virtual resources that you can avail. There's financial advice, there's additional counseling supports, there's our virtual pharmacy delivery service that you can find all through Direct to You. The list is ever growing, so you are encouraged to check it out on our website to learn more. If you even visit us and connect over live chat, our team is happy to support and give you some more direction of other Direct to You services that you can avail. Some of the items do require payment, but there usually is a discounted subscription program or discounted pricing that is available. Again, all looking at offering savings to our students through the supports available on our website. So that pharmacy piece that I talked about briefly, it's powered by Direct to You. It's called our virtual pharmacy. And while yes, you can go to any pharmacy in Canada and use your insurance, we do encourage the use of Rexall, Lavelle Drugs, and Shoppers Drug Mart as our preferred pharmacies that give you a little bit more coverage than going anywhere else. If you were to visit any of these pharmacies, or if you were to use our virtual delivery pharmacy service, you would receive 90% coverage on your drugs and coverage up to $10 on dispensing fees. Whereas if you went anywhere else, let's say you went to your local, mom and pop pharmacy across the street, you can still go there and use the insurance, but the coverage wouldn't be as much, and there would be less coverage on the dispensing fee. So again, trying to find ways to encourage students and offer opportunities to stretch their dollar a little bit more. Through the Direct to You virtual pharmacy service, you are able to get your prescriptions delivered directly to you, whether it be on residence or at your mailing address in Canada. Sometimes it's even available for same-day delivery service. So a great option in the event that you're not able to go out and pick up your pharmacies. This Direct to You delivery service is very convenient in terms of getting your medication. Now, I've been going on for the last half hour talking about so many different things about Student VIP, all the different aspects of the programs that we offer, and I understand that's a lot of information. So if I can recommend to download our Student VIP mobile app, it's available on the Apple Store and available on the Google Store. You are able to access all of this information in this one-stop shop called the Student VIP mobile app. The access to IamWell for that counseling support is available through here as well. You do have the ability to find information about the different member portals, how to submit a claim, how to download your plan card, and so much more through the app. So you are encouraged to download, access this app, and have all the information at your fingertips in one local place and versus so many different places of information. When it comes to supports, as I mentioned, Student VIP is not located on campus, but from time to time we do show up for events and are there for orientation and presentations throughout the year. On campus, you are welcome to connect with your friends at the international office, the Durham College Student Association. You can connect with them, as well as anyone else at the college for support. When it comes to the insurance, you are also able to connect off campus with myself and the team at Student VIP. We've got our phone number, our email address, and our live chat option available Monday to Friday throughout the week. And you also have access to the direct insurance providers if you have specific questions about the coverage or your claims and want to learn more in detail. Medavie Blue Cross does have a dedicated phone line and email address that you can connect. They recognize and service all of our Student VIP members, who are welcome to connect with an agent if you have questions specific to your Durham health and dental plan through Medavie Blue Cross. And we also have our team at Cowan that can support you in the event of any questions with regards to your Durham International Health Plan. So all the contact information is here for you in case you need additional supports and you're not on campus. That sums up the information I have for you today going into the insurance aspect and the different supports that we offer to students at Durham. At this time, you are welcome to drop any questions in the chat or Q&A, and we'll go through that. If not, and you'd like to have a conversation aside, you can scan the barcode. It does link you directly to our email, and that way you can connect with us and drop any of your inquiries through that. But I'm going to turn it over to you now, Sarah, in case there is anything you wanted to address or in case there were any questions that came up while presenting. I might have not seen them.
Thank you, Eloisa. So we are going to turn off the recording soon. I'm just going to put in the chat, there's a QR code. So if the students that are here can click the QR code and give us some feedback on our session today before you leave, that would be fantastic. All right, so I've stopped.